Hello. So I'd like to answer a common question that many people have, which is, will this work for me? Will my symptoms, disease, condition, whatever I have, is it going to work for me? The short answer to that is yes. The body code works for literally every type of issue or problem that you may be experiencing, whether it's in your physical body or in the thought processes that you're having and the things that are going on mentally inside of you. And that's because, again, all of these things are energies. And so all we need to do is identify and release those energies for the body to heal itself. Now, there are testimonials on this website, and of course, you're welcome to read those stories and see those things to help give you some understanding of what's been done with the body code. And I'd like to share just a few stories with you here. I will share with you my initial experience with this type of healing. So I was led to this work, and when I first learned about it, I was incredibly skeptical, and I thought, there is no way that this is going to work. This is just crazy. So I thought, well, I'll teach myself the emotion code and use it on myself, and if it works, then I'll believe it. Now, of course, that's the backwards way, right? We want to have the faith first, but I didn't have the faith, so I needed the proof. So I learned the emotion code. I had some chronic neck pain for quite a while. I had incredibly good physical therapy. I got wonderful treatment, and I probably got to a point where I was about 85% better, and we couldn't figure out with the physical therapy how to make these symptoms completely go away. So I decided to use the emotion code on my neck pain, and it probably took a couple weeks, maybe a few months, I don't remember exactly, but within a relatively short time, I was able to completely get rid of all of the symptoms that I was having from my neck pain. So this obviously made me into a believer, and I continued along and continued to learn and to get certified in this process. One of the things that I often suggest to people when they're new to this type of work is to pick some sort of physical discomfort that you're experiencing and work on that first. Because most people have a pretty good awareness of any discomfort or pain that they're feeling. And so if we release those things with the body code, then it's easy to see that it's been effective for you. It also works, equally effective for things that are chronic and are long-term, things that are neurological in nature, as well as mental health issues and diagnoses. But it often takes a longer time to see results for something like that. But I'll share a few other stories with you. I have a friend who has a child who is on the autism spectrum, and we've worked on him. And when he went back to school one year and they did their testing on him, his teachers were surprised at the huge amount of progress he had made. Because of the energy work that we did, he was more communicative, he was better able to express himself, and more independent in taking care of himself. More recently, I worked with a friend who was having some chronic hip pain, and in just one session, she felt a difference in that pain in her hip, and she also noticed that her lungs felt more open and her breathing felt better. She had exercise-induced asthma as a child and still has some problems with breathing, but even one session changed that for her. I also have a woman that I've worked with who wanted help on becoming more comfortable and more confident with public speaking. So we did a session. We got back again about a week later for her next session, and she said, Jen, she said, my hot flashes went away for about 4 days after that first session. She hadn't realized that they had disappeared until they came back again. So the wonderful thing I love about the body code is that you never know. You pick something that you want to work on, but you don't know exactly what kind of other things are going to change as well, because you don't really know all of the symptoms that are being produced from that issue that you're working on. Now, I mentioned that it also works for things that are non-physical types of pain. I've used it a lot to help people remove blocks that they have to creating the life that they want, life of wealth, happiness, abundance, attracting good things into their lives. Because we have these negative beliefs that contribute to our attracting things that we don't want. And so the body code is also able, because those things again are just energies, is able to identify and release those beliefs, and sometimes we need to replace them with something else, and we can figure that out as well. So there are many, many ways that the body code can help to deal with whatever type of symptoms you are experiencing on whatever level it is that you're experiencing them. So enjoy the testimonials here on the website. If you'd like to learn more or you just have some questions, send me a message and I'd be happy to talk with you. Or of course, sign up for a free discovery session and we can talk a little more there. Have a great day.